We all need people in our lives, and as much as we do, it is very important to pay attention to the type of people that come into our lives on a daily basis. I'm talking about the people, the things, and even the context in which we surround ourselves with can influence our physiology, just the same way as those things we consume. Most of us underestimate the value and benefits of these people that give us support on a daily basis. Yes. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Habiba and I am a registered mental health and substance use nurse. I specialize in global mental health, and the basis for this platform is to promote mental health and well-being across the globe. You are welcome to my YouTube channel, and today's episode promises to be as informative as always. Today's topic is quite exciting to me, but okay, it's about navigating your social support in a healthy way. So let's get started. How many of us understand the role of social support network? Okay, another thing is, how much of them do you have? Then there's the question about what's your own role as an individual to help you strengthen your social support benefits, and who are those people that can actually give us social support. According to the Canadian Mental Health Association, the importance of social support include helping us to cope with setbacks, helping us to solve our problems, improving our self-esteem, and managing health problems and stressors. So who are these people that can be our social support? They can be a group of people to include your partners, your family members, your friends, your neighbors, your community members, your religious leaders, your pets, and also your professional colleagues like the doctors, the peer support groups, and a host of others. So let's now talk about how much benefits can be a benefit to you. I'll start with the emotional support. Have you ever experienced a time when you were broken and you felt, oh my God, I just goofed and I'm in for it? Who's gonna hear me out? These are the people that provide you with emotional support. I mean, even in your shattered emotions and problems, they will tell you, you know what, you got this, and you're not gonna stay here, because I see that you that's gonna grow bigger. I see that you that can face the world. I see that you who's courageous, who's bold, who's intelligent, who can go places and make the difference. They will hold your hands even when you're broken. They would give you that shoulder to lean on. They have that empathy you need to lift you up to another level. They are compassionate. That's emotional support from a person who's providing you with social support. There's some of those other people that would give you knowledgeable advice. Of course, you're knowledgeable, not that you're not, but remember, you're not an island on your own. Nobody is. So what happens is, you want to reach out to someone to provide you more knowledge about a particular area that you're not really clear about. It could even be as basic as getting service from a particular place, but because you're not experienced or you don't have that knowledge at all, you want to find out, okay, I've never bought a car here before from this dealers. Is this a good place to do so? You want to find out. Google sometimes don't have all the answers, don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying, sometimes you need further knowledge about something and you want to just check out with somebody else to double check, right? And there's also the fact that you want to get new perspective about something. Say, for instance, you are into mental health and you know nothing about the space, the aerospace. You might want to find a new perspective about how to do. And most times when you're in that situation, you're always in the middle of that situation, like, who is that good friend? Or who is that good cousin? Or who is that good, relative that can always have the answers in anything that has to do with abstract or new perspective of something you have no idea about. That's also a social support, because They are also going to solve your problems. Remember, we talked about solving problems. Then there's also those ones that would support you with practical help. I'll give you a typical example. Practical help, like, okay, I am an HR executive. I have interviewed this morning with about 40 employees, and I have this nanny that's meant to come this morning to look after my 1-year-old. And the nanny calls in at 7 a.m. when I'm leaving at 7:30 a.m. to tell me, Abby, I'm sorry, I'm ill, I won't be able to come in. Oh my goodness, what are you gonna do? The next person you can ever call will be your relative. That's the first person, or your best friend, or somebody who can actually step in and close that gap. So look at how much significance your social support means in your lives. That's why I was saying it earlier when I talked about their benefits. They are very critical in our lives, so we shouldn't underestimate their values. With a strong support system, we are able to cope much better with stress, anxiety, and depression. It's only you that can actually define how you feel when you're in the midst of those support systems. But the question you should be asking yourself is, how do you feel when you're around them? Do you express yourself naturally? Do you feel very comfortable? Do you feel ease? Do you feel joy? Do you feel that positive energy? Do they make you laugh? Do they make you feel some sense of belonging? Are they those people that would usually help you to provide natural painkillers? When I say natural painkillers, I'm talking about the neurotransmitters in your body, like the dopamine, serotonin, and the endorphins. I mean, you are naturally excited when you're around them because you know you're going to get ease, and you're also going to be very fulfilled, happy. There's always that sense of belonging and appreciation that you're being valued, you see yourself as significant around them in a natural way. Do you have that person? If you do, then you need to work on yourself as well to be able to ensure that network is stronger, because that's an ideal network for creating social safety. Yes, your social safety network has a positive role in playing to promote your mental health and well-being. Those things you can do basically will be just to increase your network and association with such individuals. You can do more of text messages, you can do more of hanging out together, you can do more of creating time, quality time to talk to each other. You should share your joy with them. You should share in their joy when they have their own joy. You should also make sure you reciprocate what they give to you back in return. Even during the times of their sadness or their sorrow, you should also create or provide a helping hand to make them feel supported. Then there's all a set of individuals that I want to ask you about. Are you around an individual who usually makes you feel heavy, tired, or guarded? Are you that person whom, when I want to call, I have such palpitation, or I feel uneasy, or I start overthinking and wondering, how's this going to go? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to say everything to this one, or I don't know whether she's even going to take me serious. You don't sometimes even feel natural with this person. This kind of person sometimes diminishes your joy, or all the time diminishes your joy. So what you want to do here is to evaluate how often this person does this. Why? What brings up this? Is it associated with jealousy? Is it associated with whatever personal reasons? I don't know. But you are the only one that can understand how you feel around these people. If you are clear enough with it, then you want to start setting boundaries in respect to your time, your engagement, and your participation with them without disrespecting them. When you set boundaries, you're basically trying to protect your mental health. I mean, given that you have to experience all of that just because you want to communicate with them or seek their social support, then it's not healthy mentally. The only recommendation I would give is to ensure that you are the one that has control over the power of your emotions. So do what you know can help you to feel safe. Feeling emotionally safe is also a factor that has to do with safety, mental safety. In the Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, safety is very crucial. It is the second step in that pyramid. So you have that responsibility for yourself to keep your emotional health healthy. There are other means in which you can manage individuals like that, and it's by keeping them at the periphery of your social safety network. I understand you might be wondering, oh, you're going to be losing another person gradually. But also, you can help to improve yourself by getting another new person inside. How? Okay, you might be wondering, I'm this person who is very shy, or I'm this person who hides behind those devices. So how can you actually work on these? It's simply by also pushing yourself out there physically. So I'll tell you how we can go about this. The few you have left, as long as they're healthy for your mental health, that's great. Keep them. So if you are looking at the challenges you're going to face in building another new connection, that's easy. It's about working on yourself. I understand there is so much around the media where most people are no more authentic. People rather prefer to stay behind the camera and project a different person of whom they are. Your social skills need to be harnessed. And how do you do that? Probably you might need to push yourself out. When I say push yourself out, you have to be more bold. You have to be able to stop ruminating, stop overthinking. Like, oh, if I talk to her, is she going to be able to listen to me? Or am I presentable enough for her to listen? Why not talk about words that are more empowering, that will set you into action? Like, okay, what can I do to impress him? What can I do to impress her? Give more compliments. You know what that does to people? Oh, I love your shirt. Your shirt is so beautiful. I love your palm sandals. This is so cute. Where did you get them from? Just initiate the talk. It's that easy. I know some of you will be like, Abby, that's not easy. I get it. Well, the truth is, you want to push yourself out there to start speaking. You start from somewhere, from the small goals, get to the big goals. Then you want to also be an active listener. When you're an active listener to people, naturally they'll come to you. They'll tell you everything. And being an active listener requires some soft skills as well. You want to validate the person. You're not going to be sleeping when they're talking to you. You definitely be aware, and sometimes you need to nod your head. Sometimes you need to maintain that eye contact. And then you also want to be passionate. After all, they've been talking and you've been listening. You also want to respond. But don't hijack the conversation. You also want to say something that's very mild, like you're not going to be talking of medical jargons to somebody who has no idea about medical issues and rather is in the area of engineering. You want to talk basic things like your hobby, how passionate you are with it, what you usually do with this thing, how much creative it is, even when it has to do with the business ideas of what your hobby is. So those are the things that you can also do to work on yourself. Your communication skills, your soft skills, your social skills. So it's not just about the other person. Two can play the game. You don't have to go through tough times alone. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, try as much as possible to reach out to those people around you. Together we can best support each other. And I would say there are lots of support groups online. There are lots of support groups in person. Try as much as possible to find out all of this information around your networks or your vicinity. And surely you would get the help you need. If you still feel that you are not getting the right help you need and you're in crisis, don't hesitate to reach out to your therapist, your healthcare providers, and trust me, you will be guided accordingly. I appreciate your time, their quality time, and trust me, I will also keep doing my best to provide you with the best of information you need. Don't forget to subscribe and watch out for another insightful video coming soon. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend. Bye bye.